Hello, Capricorn. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ron, and we're working today with Tarot of the Forbidden Dreams. Happy 2020 in January. This is a fantastic month for you, my dear Capricorn. Tarot of Forbidden Dreams is a fantastic erotic deck, so be warned. There may be graphic images involved in this first iteration. I'm doing 3 portals for you guys, essentially 3 portals for you to take any type of resonance from and to create some sort of instrumental vision for your love life for January 2020. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and start shuffling, clear the energy of the deck, and we'll pull some cards for you for the first iteration. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Cards are now ready. All right, my dear Capricorn. Capricorn number 1. There is a hidden dynamic of love here for you. Hidden. And there's a lot of people vying for this new beginning in a new cycle of the cups, with the Ace of Cups here in the reverse. There is certainly some incredible energy and a gateway in which there is a potential for many people to penetrate through. These people certainly are working hard, and there's a gateway in which a new beginning can occur. A fantastic one. You have to be careful because there also is your energy here with the 9 of Cups, some sort of intense ability for you to be content, to live in content equilibrium with your desires, and to offer your good sort of first step, or your good leg. You're offering your good leg and your good foot, your right foot, towards some sort of stability. It's highly stable. This card is very stable, and though many may be offering you from a distance, from a yardstick, some sort of newness when it comes to emotional fulfillment, it seems like you have options here, and it's like you have many suitors, and one of them may offer you in secret some sort of thing, or perhaps you are very hesitant in January to give yourself and to move forward with some sort of newness when it comes to your emotions. Your emotions seem to be in check in January, and there is something from the past that you may be revisiting when it came to indecision. There's a clear sort of cut decision to revisit, at least in memory, some fading element of the past. You've waited quite a bit of time for some sort of cycle to end or begin, or something like that, and there seems to be a lot of hesitation when it comes to the aces. You have 2 aces, the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands in reverse, and there certainly is a great deal of hesitation, some sort of conditioning, as well as preservation. It's like you have the absolute ability to be fulfilled on a heart level and on an emotional level in some way, but there is a massive amount of hesitation, and this is causing almost a volcanic um, a volcanic sort of beginning that is supposed to occur, but it's not, or it occurs in secret. This has to do with a situation in which someone was feeling abandoned. There were abandonment issues coming up with this person that you were dealing with, someone who was something of a liar with the King of Swords in reverse here. Um, their lies led to some sort of spiritual depravity, some sort of quest on the outside being externalized, and being sort of voyeuristically looked over. Either you were looking over the situation from the outside looking in, or they were doing the same. Um, but at the same time, they are looking back at this, and it seems like there is there's too much unsaid, or perhaps a truth was hidden, or perhaps there was an exceptional amount of lies within the situation. This person has a lot of power. They have the ability to be rational in a way, but at the same time, their struggle is living by truths that may be outdated, or perhaps are patriarchal in nature. Um, it's very difficult, but you're sitting in your power, and it seems to me that you have maybe one or two suitors that are sitting at your heel and doing what you would like for them to do. As you can see in this card, the Three of Coins, the Three of Pentacles, there is a great deal of structure, which you are all about, Capricorn. This is your card, and the suitors are looking over you in a certain way. They're grooming you in a certain way, and there is a type of scaling, some sort of ascendancy with the Three of Coins, and you are coming into power. At least when you're working in community, you're becoming something of a boss. Um, this could also indicate the Three of Pentacles, multiple options for you. It's kind of like a lover's card, but you have structural sort of strength, and that's good for you. January 2020 also, you have three aces here, and the Ace of Swords is your highest forte. You are something of an incredible there's an incredible empowerment for you, in that you are ruling in the truth sector. You are standing by your truth. You're being rational. You're also being calculating, and you're ready to cut off with the Ace of Swords anything that doesn't serve you, that doesn't please you, that doesn't give you the right hit you in the right spot. Okay. um, yeah, and you seem to be on top of things, okay? With the Ace of Swords, as well as with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Rods in reverse, there is some sort of not stagnant, but hidden, almost tantric energy that you have, or that someone has for you. But with your Ace of Swords, you are willing to cut that off somehow. So there are like three aces here. They're very intense aces. Um, at the same time, the thing that you're considering cutting off, there's something about it. The Seven of Coins is here, and the Seven of Coins in the upright usually indicates some sort of thoughtful procession, yet a sort of going back in a certain way, looking back. Okay, because it's in reverse, it could mean that there is some sort of echo of this looking back. There's that stagnation in which you have to look over something from the past to cut it off. With the Ace of Swords, there may be a possibility that you are looking back at a past situation that you have new knowledge about, and though the fire goes on for it, you are essentially willing to cut it off, or perhaps execute some sort of revenge story, or perhaps to decapitate someone's advances. Um, yeah, but you are looking good, and you are looking strong, and perhaps you have new knowledge with the book there, kind of like the High Priestess with this particular Seven of Pentacles, something about your stability, something about the time, energy, and resources that you placed into this person is no longer fitting with you, no longer sitting with you in the right way. And yeah, there is some sort of progression here with the 7 and then the 8 of coins, the 8 of Pentacles, 7 and 8 of Pentacles. There is some sort of promise of something good, but I think you're very hesitant because you are holding back. With the 3 of Swords, you're holding back in order to prevent any sort of calamity or mischief when it comes to especially sexual advances. There also is a type of impotence when it comes to certain suitors of yours that is no longer pleasing you, and there's like a sort of laissez-faire, hands-off approach towards something, especially anything that's hedonistic or that promises a great boon in terms of energies that have to do with materiality, with sensuality. Therefore, there is a type of distancing that's occurring, a distancing, but this causes secret fear for you. There's something on your mind that it has to do with that ace of rods, some sort of volcanic, through the distancing and through the laissez-faire, hands-off approach. There is something that is tempting from a distance, but it also causes, this distance causes some sort of fear. But it seems like with the cycles of the moon, especially the new moon that is current, especially the eclipse that happened, the new moon eclipse, if I'm not mistaken, there is something about the disclosure that you hold, and there is a great deal of energies that you can use and harness to find out a secret that's been trying to be wiped out, a secret that's been trying to die out here with the High Priestess and Death. A secret that's been trying to die out, perhaps that thing from the past with the 8 of Pentacles or the 7 of Pentacles that you've been ruminating about. There is a secret that needs to be explored in a certain way. It's a very dark one. Perhaps it's repressed energies of your own sexual needs, as well as your own need for les petites morts, the little death. But it's being explored, and these energies will wax and wane with the moon cycle. So pay attention to that this month in January. Yeah, there it is again. There's something about with the world here in reverse, some sort of hidden cycle or a cycle that needs to be revisited. Something about a portal from the past that has to be seen. This also talks to me about some sort of stagnation with the world in reverse when it comes to this person who may offer you something, but it's only hedonistic. They are good at promising you things, but then they take from you a great deal, and you are often looking elsewhere. You are looking elsewhere. Which is good, but I don't think you're very interested in what this person has to offer, because it's primarily hedonistic, and you are, looking off elsewhere. With the card of the Page of Coins, it's like this person is extremely grounded in a certain way, but grounded only in their needs, their limited needs too. It seems like they may give to you more than you would like to take, but you'll take it. But yeah, this person has a lot of page energy. So there are new lovers, there are new beginnings, as well as new emotional offers for you in January, if you want to take them. But these people come off as more as friends with benefits, as opposed to something real and concrete. Like I said, those aces in the beginning that were in the verse is prohibiting some sort of good, strong foundation foundational work. And you standing on the Ace of Swords makes you almost passive aggressive or aggressive aggressive and ready to cut off a great deal. With Death and the High Priestess there also is a secret transformation that is occurring deep down inside of you, that is primarily about these energies that have to do with sex, transformation, other people's resources, and anything 8th house. Okay, yeah, you don't seem to be interested in it's mostly like liars and thieves that are approaching you the month of January, and it seems like you've already gotten over some sort of past thing, any type of betrayal or any type of cycle of the mind, of the psychology. You were able to transcend that. You're moving away from, now this is interesting, you're moving away from some sort of commitment, whether it's family or relationship. If you are in a relationship, you're moving away to find some sort of truth. What the Hermit is moving towards is an idea of a fortress, or an idea of a living style that works hard according to a spiritual path, that moves away from family in a certain way. There's movement in this card, even though the Hermit is usually some sort of stagnation. It's stagnation in order to find some fulfillment, enlightenment. What the Hermit is moving towards, though, is a type of it's like the Hermit is moving away from imbalance and moving towards starting something new. Like the imbalance was holding your energies, time, love, resources, money, anything that has to do with time, especially time is here. It was like you're holding back, and now it's time to really relish in a type of newness. Like you were trying to balance things out with the Two of Coins, didn't work out, so you decided to move on. What you're moving on towards was a sense of structure, but the structure even then was too rigid, or perhaps it was too prohibitive, and you've decided to move on from that prohibition to release some sort of pent-up energy. So in January 2020, what I see is essentially not new beginnings, but offers, great offers from a lot of random people. And some of these people are not so random, but from the past. And one of them in particular is a liar and a thief, and it's not to be trusted. You are relishing, at least in a hedonistic way, in a pleasurable way, your own sexual energies, and you're fine being alone for now. You're ready to cut off with the Ace of Swords anything that is missing, or that should be missing. And there's a secret about transformation, as well as great sexual energy. And there's a need for you to maintain a type of balance, or to become disimbalanced in order to release some sort of structural or rigid conservative lifestyle that you may have been doing so in a new project, but it's almost a spiritual one. Okay, that's the first iteration. It's closed. All right, Capricorn, so we're starting off the second iteration. First portal is closed, second portal is now opening. Once again, this is a 2020 read for Capricorn, 2020, January 2020. You're in luck. I'm working with a very rare deck, the Atelier deck from the French school, 1890, a very old vintage deck with the crackle back. And yeah, it's a very special, powerful deck, considering how old it is and how insightful it still is in terms of depth and clarity. So I'm going to use this deck, and we'll open up this portal for you. Again, this is a situationship reading, Capricorn, love life, second iteration. Take what you will, please. Take what you will. Portal is now opening. A lot of hesitant energy in that last shuffle. Portal's open. Okay. My dear Capricorn, there is some sort of spiritual thing occurring for you in the month of January. As December closed, there is an inner light that has been trying to shine out. Some sort of inner light, some sort of inner work with the Hermit here. The Hermit is moving away from something that's been causing a great deal of fear and hesitation here. Your loyalties have lied somewhere else, and what the Hermit is moving away towards is general happiness, a happiness that is laced with a type of retardation, some sort of holdback, okay? Barriers of happiness. Like happiness seems to be your barrier here. It also, happiness is created, it's very strange, created a type of scar or an emotional wound across your heart. And this is very strange. It's like you're getting over some sort of stagnation, but the stagnation has to do with happiness. Perhaps there has been a disarming factor and you've been needing to move forward on some sort of spiritual scale about a secret loyalty towards happiness, or towards towards happiness. I think it's more towards, okay, so the Hermit is moving towards happiness. That's what I see right here. Hermit is moving towards some sort of community, or some sort of camaraderie with others. What the Hermit is moving away from is this sort of blocking energy, this repression. Okay. Oh, this card is starting to get damaged. And this has caused a great deal of fear. Still here, there's fear or some sort of hidden illumination with the secret of the two towers, as well as the moon here. Secret loyalties to oneself, moving away from that, going towards a communal thing, in order to find some sort of just reasoning here. There no longer is fear. You have 2 9s here, and you're getting over some sort of fear, and it's making you quite defiant, as well as karmically inclined towards good wheels of karma. But there was something from the past that caused a great deal of fear, a great cycle of it. With the 9 of Swords and the 9 of Rods, I see essentially with the Moon card, as well as the 9 of Swords and the 9 of Rods, some sort of blockage, okay? When you went into Hermit mode, there was a blockage, and now you're moving towards some sort of grand thing. But it's strange because there still is fear. There is some sort of regret from the past that has to do with a person who was kind of holding back from you. Maybe dealing with another earth sign, or perhaps this is your card, but there's a hold back when it comes to a commitment of sorts. A commitment that had to do with trying to balance out the energies of communication, okay? This person was trying to balance something out, but then they were imbalanced themselves, so they lost the capability to talk properly. Whenever they talked to you, they were talking in multiple lines of reality. One was of the truth, or perhaps they both were of the truth, but this person was trying to balance out, saying different things. They may have been borrowing from 2 realities, and then mixing up those realities and coming up with these imbalanced sort of proposals with you. And I think you just decided to move the hell away from that. Or perhaps this is future energy, or something of a cycle that you may constantly be dealing with, because we have the 3 of Cups as well as the 3 of Pentacles in reverse here, indicating a lot of need to stabilize oneself, and to also be in love with oneself. Okay, this is an act of regression in a way. Abandonment issues from the past may be causing this cycle of fear and getting over it. So there could be healing work that has been done through the hermit mode that you've been going through. A lot of solitude here. Four of Swords energy. So essentially finding that inner peace and solemnity and coming up with a way to heal yourself or to recharge your energies. Yeah, definitely. Because we also have here La Prudence, which is prudence, or the Hanged Man. There's a snake that is being that's just maneuvering down there, and there's almost temptation with this snake. Also the Caduceus with two snakes, some sort of healing aspect, and the need to feel again anything, even if it is pain, through a snake bite would be like feeling anything. Like it's almost like you're ready to feel any sort of toxicity um, the energies of others, especially sexual energies. You're willing to deal with that through the Hanged Man position, but you're not willing to work for it. You may act as a type of temptation, even though you are on the spiritual quest. The spiritual quest will make you extremely attractive in a certain way, and you may pull in inadvertent sources of good or evil to test your temper, to test your valor in a way. Okay, be careful, because this hangman position is leading towards this energy, which is the devil. You are essentially tempting the devil energy here, and it's leading to a type of force majeure, a type of artificial entanglement. Okay, so be very careful with this energy, because it will lead to a lot of great sex, but at the same time, or like entanglement, karmic entanglement. It may lead to this inadvertently, and I don't know if you want that, because it may destabilize anything that makes you a sort of person with gravitas, a person with gravity, a person with purpose or pull or push. Okay, you have to be very careful. And I'm starting to tremble when I'm looking at this card. So there is something about your pride and your need to, it's not only your pride, but your purpose. Your purpose here is calling you in a certain way, and it's very important that you stabilize your energies and you do not rely on external factors, external things like external temptations or external cycles, external people, in order to come up with a type of ending. Like it's like you're trying to surrender a psychological process here with the Ten of Swords to end a cycle of pain through the Hermit mode and through Hanged Man mode, to heal and to find the energy of the stars and to find the gravity that has been eluding you in some sort of way. There is some sort of almost trigonometry or like astral or cosmic influence that you're looking for in order to convert any sort of things with your love life into something creative for yourself. Okay, I'm talking about structure here, I'm talking about communication, and I'm talking about purpose, really high purpose. When it comes to the star, there is a star above there that is represented through the pentacle. So these pentacle cycles are very important for you, and the fact that the Three of Pentacles is in reverse, it's like you are trying to find that, find your own stability within yourself and not having to externalize it, because when that happens, you externalize things, becomes an emotional projection, which causes happiness, sure, potentially, but also a sense of regret, a sense of spilled cuppage or spilled overwhelming, over emotional tendencies. Okay, and that's very difficult for you. Yeah, it leads to a type of disunion, or it's like you are trying to work out passionate things, passionate projects, or have passionate connections, but these are they're extremely unreliable in a certain way. Okay, work on that stability, because it will be there will be some sort of growth with it, some sort of aid. Okay, so January 2020, I see for you Capricorn number 2, portal number 2, a need to stabilize and to find internally as opposed to externally some sort of grounding. Okay? All right. All right, my dear Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, we're back. And yeah, that was the second portal. Once again, use the 1890 deck for you there. A very cool deck. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on, and we'll be working with the Sagana de Sorte deck here, as well as Legitimate Tarot. They're combined in order to create some sort of flow, and this will be a very fast flow, so try to keep up. So let's continue. And I'll start with the Spanish-Portugal deck. A few shuffles and we'll get started. Portal 2 is closed. Portal 3 is now open. Yeah. These cards are basically ready now. A few more shuffles. January 2020, third iteration situationship reading for Capricorn, January 2020. All right. So, okay. Capricorn, there is something about your legacy. Your legacy is a cause for mystery as well as a cause for uniting your own passions. There's a move towards finding something about your legacy, something missing. It has to do with a father figure. This father was missing and has caused a great deal of a holdback with joy. There's something about this father figure, about the emotions that they held back, that is being brought back into being, okay? Also, there's a secret here about discernment that is found through the High Priestess energy. And what is being called back is, yes, a type of revisitation with this father figure. You come off as someone who has offered something to this person. They have been holding back emotionally, generally speaking. But in secret, they were actually very receptive to your movements towards them when it comes to this father figure, when it comes to your love life. This father figure has essentially held back messages that have to do with distance in general. So you've had to translate your situation with this person through the stars, through celestial forces, to find some sort of hidden sense of home and a hidden sense of childhood with this person. Somehow this person excuse me, emotes or triggers cycles of parenting or cycles of childhood, as well as nostalgia, deep nostalgia that goes all the way back to home. There's a secret truth here that is missing. It has to do with commitment as well as the key to your heart, which is missing. They are a soulmate. I see here with the Cigana and the Cigano, some sort of hidden love story that has not been totally executed properly because the key was missing. The key to home was missing. Excuse me, and home was missing as well. Something about it. My throat is really intense right now. So this person has to go through a transformation. Perhaps they have suffered some sort of metaphorical death or literal death. Perhaps you need to go on a transformation with a morte here. What a morte is moving towards is a new vision, a vision that has to do with looking away from false stratifications of ego from the past, okay? So it's an ego death here that we're talking about with the death card. This will lead to clarity with this father figure and bring peace, as well as a clear vision of how this person was cheating you out of something. As you matured, as you became from the Knight of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles, essentially you have seen that you have been offering to the wrong person. someone who was like a father figure but also living multiple lives, like a father who abandoned their post would do. They would live an alternate life with something else that made them feel emotional again. But there is some sort of new beginning. But this person is moving away emotionally. The new beginning has to do with executing a type of karmic justice, and opening the pathways of love towards something new. It has to do with, oh god, yes, it's love, but then it's also an incredible amount of sexual energy and karmic entanglement with the devil here, as well as the need to find the hidden roads of love that unite you two together. Seems like judgment, and with judgment and the world card, there is simultaneously a closing and an opening up of the ghost of this person. The ghost is coming back, not physically, but their energies are pervasive in the month of January, and they are a soulmate, or they may have been seen as a soulmate, but then what they were secretly hiding from you was a very sadistic sort of quality to them. This person enjoys pain. Therefore, yeah, it seems like they're really flighty and they've been just avoiding you for some reason. There's also some sort of it's like you're angry. You're really angry with the Queen of Swords in reverse, this person. And there also is some sort of commitment that you've always been offering. Your anger and like your truth, and your ability to stand in your truth is mixed with a need to be committed and loyal to something that has already fallen apart, okay? With the Tower here, like it's already fallen apart, or perhaps if you try to be in a commitment with this person, your loyalties will lie elsewhere. And yeah, I mean, this person, they have a lot of passion for you, but like they are preventing you from healing in a certain way, and they're preventing you from listening to the forces of the universe. So there is some sort of contract being ripped up, and you're taking your strength back. In the month of January, you'll find that any sort of messages that come from them, or any sort of messages that are not sent from them, are not sent because they are essentially toxic. There's something very toxic about this situation. Also, a need for you to find romance elsewhere and to find perspectives, but there's something holding you back, and you're noticing this, and you're ready to move forward without having to strangle or like to possess this person in a certain way. You're letting that go, and that will bring you into a type of power, okay? Definitely. And growth and stability, and also the elocution, the ability to speak with grace, and to bring people with this grace, to bring new people into your field of influence when it comes to your love life, okay? My dear Capricorn, once again, this is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Happy 2020. Sorry if my voice was a bit off. I'm also recording in a very cold place right now, so thank you for bearing with me, and please like, share, and subscribe, anything like that. And I'll see you mid-January for the check-in with the Great Mirror. Okay, thank you. Once again, this is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. I'll see you around.